Thanks for watching the Council in Brief. I'm Jordan Lindsay. We are here with the latest from the Montgomery County Council. Montgomery County Council recently approved the fiscal year 2023 operating budget. Here's a breakdown of how some of the funds will be allocated.
All those in favor, please raise your hands.
On Thursday, Montgomery County Council passed the $6.3 billion fiscal year 2023 operating budget and the $5.3 billion six-year capital budget. Main priorities include funding for school construction, COVID-19 recovery, public safety, infrastructure improvements, and community projects. The Council's budget deliberations this year were focused on increasing Montgomery County's ongoing investments in education, expanding access to health and human services, generating and preserving affordable housing.
And we've approved a record amount of funding for affordable housing.
And reinforcing ongoing pandemic recovery efforts.
The Department of Health and Human Services had a significant increase in its budget this year, which is absolutely appropriate given the needs that persist, the constituent calls that we receive almost every day from people who are in dire need for additional assistance.
And it also provides hundreds of millions of dollars to make our roads safe for pedestrians, bicyclists, and drivers by helping make sure that our Vision Zero goals become a reality and that we use these investments to rethink our streets.
This is a very difficult process every single year.
This is my 12th budget and my final budget. And so in many ways it is bittersweet, but I feel really good because I think it does really fulfill so many of those priorities that our residents came to share with us.
Here's a quick breakdown to show how some of the funds will be allocated. Almost half of the county's total budget, or $2.9 billion, funds MCPS. The council exceeded Montgomery College's operating budget funding request at $321.8 million. The council funded a budget of more than $296 million for the Montgomery County Police Department. The Fire and Rescue Services operating budget is $251.8 million. The council funded more than $421 million for the Department of Health and Human Services. And the council funded the Department of Transportation budget at more than $228 million. The council continued its ongoing commitment to generating and preserving affordable housing. The council allocated more than $49 million in capital and operating funds to support the production and preservation of affordable housing through the Housing Initiative Fund.
We acknowledge the importance of education in our community. Our school system represents more than half of the county's overall budget, which is more than appropriate considering how important a role it plays in our community.
I am responsible, respectful, and ready.
Montgomery County Public Schools has been at the forefront when it comes to innovation in addressing the pandemic and the needs of their students and how we need to best continue to help support our students to be able to achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve.
Morning, Zoe.
Seeing more money that's directed towards our teachers and paying them a commensurate wage for the great things that they are doing in our community and educating our children.
To make sure that as the economic engines and the growth of our county, that we're going to make sure that everyone equitably comes back from this and can thrive and participate in our economy, which helps all residents.
These priorities were funded while keeping the effective property tax rate flat and providing more competitive salaries for Montgomery County employees who continue to be on the front lines of COVID-19 recovery efforts.
First responders go above and beyond the call of duty.
We were able to bring our pay scales in line with surrounding jurisdictions.
The council ensured that resources were maintained to honor the county's long-term commitment to its retired employees.
Reaffirming our commitment to our retirees and to sound fiscal management was among my top priorities for this budget.
And to fully fund the county's reserves. The capital and operating budgets go into effect on July 1st. And for the few items that weren't covered this year, there's still hope.
And for those items that we were not able to get to in the way that we wanted to this year, we will look at making those investments in the future.
That's it for this edition of Council in Brief. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Jordan Lindsay.